So hello everyone, welcome to our very first episode of Leadership Talks. And today we are privileged and honored because with us we have a very able, capable and an authentic leader, Sainki. Welcome Sainki on our episode of Leadership Talks.
Thank you, Nageshji. First of all, I'd like to thank you for the invite and looking forward for the webcast.
Fantastic. For the folks who do not know who Sainki is a very experienced agile leader and a scrum master with a passion for continuous learning and improvement. He has a proven track record of success in leading cross-functional teams and achieve exceptional project outcomes. Committed to fostering a culture of innovation and collaboration, Sainki believes in empowering team members in delivering their best work. So Sainki has led as big as 80 members teams into new software development and infrastructure projects. He sets and was able to successfully bring them together to deliver a product on time, within budget, and meet all the customer requirements and still keeping the customer satisfaction high. That sounds like a great, well accomplished job done, Lieutenant Commander.
Thank you so much, Nageshji, for the kind words.
So let me start with a very simple question, Sainki. Very recently, I have seen the LinkedIn has been flooded with your accomplishment of graduation from Emerging Leader Program from Indian School of Business. Can you please help us understand what was your biggest inspiration to go for this leadership program?
Sure, Nagesh. As I'm going for my defense to corporate transition, I was thinking to probably upskill myself and have an understanding how the corporate is. I was in the long term thinking of to go for an MBA, but again, that would entail investing one more year in going for education. And that again comes to my planning of not having a corporate experience, that I need to again go back and study and get into the shoes of, again as a student. So I thought, why should go for something which is, making not into my plan. So I thought of going for something which is as per the need of the market. ISB ELP program, which was there, it was completely offering me that, it was having a LMS with, online learning option. You have live classes, which goes on a weekend, perfectly matching as per my requirements. And at the end, we get to meet other folks of our cohort with different and diverse, profile from all the possible industry. For me, it was like I have to be in the receptive mode, sitting there, getting whatever best, because for me, it was completely new. In defense, you do interact with stakeholders or vendors, but the kind of exposure, what they get is completely different here. So first of all, the kind of education which was provided by ISP, I would not have been expecting it from anybody else. The professors and the kind of case studies which it involved across the board, whatever industry we could think of, they were all there. So I would say that this was one of my best decisions which I have taken off late. And I got to meet many people from the different industries. They brought various kind of their own perspective. So I was so happy being there, sitting among them, and even get to meet many of them even off campus, and continuing to hope to be connected to them.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. It really feels that you got a lot from the leadership program, and I'm equally sure that ISB also had a lot of insights by having people like you in the leadership program. How do you define leadership, Sainki? You definitely have been a leader. You are a leader, and you've been through a leadership program, which is one of the most prestigious institutes. So, what is your definition of leadership?
Well, I was when dawning and getting into the defense, the one USP which we carry ourselves, I would say, is getting an understanding or becoming a leader in real when it comes to, leading team or leading the entire troop when we go for war or any kind of missions, right? So in order to continue the same journey, I thought of taking some leadership program. That's how ISB was there for me. So for me, I would say that leadership is an ability. How do you influence and motivate the others or the team who are there with you, and that too happening with an aim to achieve a common goal. So a leader can have a vision, or he can probably plan, but he should have a team with him who get aligned to his thoughts, and that is not very easy in this world, which with many many understanding, having different way of education, such diverse teams coming together, orienting their thoughts together, and then leading them to your vision, or it involves a lot of influence and a motivation, I would say. Yeah, so getting them together, leading them is what a factors, and ultimately you need to also expect that they are going to lead you. So if a person is leading you, you have to be the right example for him. So this is what comes with a shouldered responsibility. That's what I would say. This is what a leader gets to the platform.
Wow. I mean, that's so inspirational. What's shining out in your last few lines is about vision. You spoke a lot about vision. You spoke a lot about empowering the people. And something which really caught my attention was eventually they will lead you. And this is amazing, right? I mean, you are having people, team members, and as a leader, you have shown that vulnerability that eventually people are not going to follow you, but they are going to lead you. I've read somewhere that you are not a leader unless you have created one more leader who has created one more leader. So this
Sure.
kind of
So,
resonates a lot with me.
and that connect with us. Everybody is a leader, and you are demonstrating leadership here, because most of the leaders sometimes believe they are the only leader, but here you are reflecting that everybody is a leader. And thank you very much for demonstrating that leadership. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Fantastic. And I have one of the books which is possibly, yeah, so this is the book I was talking about. So John C. Maxwell says that everyone communicates, very few connect. And today I feel a lot connected with you, Sainki. Thank you so much for. So you spoke about leadership is all about influence as well. So tell me a little bit about, we are living in a VUCA world where there's a lot of volatility. We have lots of complexity, a lot of uncertainties there in the marketplace. So tell me how leader can use the influence to deal with, navigate with the complex world which we are living into right now.
Sure. Well, when we talk about this VUCA world being so volatile, uncertain, or complex, filled with complexities and ambiguities, I feel that these are the ultimately going to be the characteristics of the world, right? This is how the future is going to be. And as a result, I feel that the leaders need to be adapt to all these changes very quickly, and they should have the capability of making right decisions even more faster. And this also should be very well communicated with the teams, or should be with the stakeholders. There should be a two-way communication, always free flowing. So a lot depends on that factor. So I feel one as a leader, you should have the essentials, must have, like have an option of should have an adaptability, flexibility, and the willingness to change the plans as the things go, or when it is necessary. And you should have high power of the decision making, as I've already brought out, that you should make decisions not right, but also very confidently, because there is a team who is hearing about your decisions, and there should not be a factor where they feel that, oh wow, what is he trying to bring out at the end, and people are just struggling to find whether it's the right decision or the wrong decision. So this factor has to be catered. And some of the other factors I feel, or the additional points I could probably give it to the VUCA leaders who are there. Be proactive, because we do understand it is the change which we need to incorporate, right? And don't wait for the change to happen. We have to be more proactive, and it is better to anticipate that there is a change that is coming around the corners. So be more proactive, or have and be try to build a strong team, because at the end, if you are going to achieve something, it is not going to be driven by a person. It is together going to be a team effort. So surround yourself with the people who are adaptable and flexible with respect to your plan, with your decisions, and they should be able to better handle the challenges. So that should be a strong team with you. And always be positive. It is always surrounded by negative elements. The world is surrounded by so much negative elements, and you should stay focused with your thoughts, your goals. So maintaining a positive attitude, or positive vibe around is much more required to achieve your goals. So I feel this is gonna be how a VUCA leader should be probably able to align his thoughts to.
Now, this sounds like a mini playbook for me to live in this. I mean, I have so many takeaways. I was like, okay, I'm going to watch this video again and again, make notes, and I'm going to use them in my next leadership class, right? So this is really insightful for me.
Absolutely. Just wanted to highlight here, Nagesh, that what caught my attention from Sainki was, responding to change over following a plan. I mean, many people, they just create a plan, stick to the plan and follow that plan. But how a leader, as he mentioned and highlighted, that being proactive, responding to the change, I mean, these are natural words that demonstrate the leadership of a person. Good one, Sainki.
Thank you so much, Prabhat.
And very much resonating with agile principles. Build projects around motivated individuals. I mean, trust them that they'll actually and they'll get the job done. So Bob Gallen, one of the great leaders in the agile space, I follow him a lot. He says that you got to trust the people, give them the space, and people will rock. And this is so true. And that's what is also a message coming from you. So Sainki, can you please tell our audience a story of you being part of defense in the Navy, and where have you faced a situation in which you have to take a strong decision? Because in the last couple of lines, you spoke a lot about decision making. So where has been an instance where you had to take a decision and you had to stand by the decision for the sake of benefit of everybody?
So just to take back to my old journey, I would say in defense specifically, when we talk a lot about the risk factor, how it involves in one decision you take, it has a repercussion and it has a cascading effect on it. So let it be a manpower or the team member, or you can say that the kind of decisions you take with respect to maintaining your weapons or machineries. So just to get you an example, I would say that we were deployed around 400, 500 nautical miles away from our coast. We had to shadow our enemy forces, and then it was a call that has to be taken, that whether then it was much more to do surveillance, but the surveillance involved opening your sensors, letting your frequencies away. So it was not possible. And then the right approach for them was to we had to explore our assets which were there with us. So we had our chopper on board, and we had to fly our chopper in air. And then it involved getting into who would be the right man to take photographs of the enemy ship, international water, enemy ships around, and you get into mid-air flying with a pilot. And so I feel then was a chance for someone to go for explore his capabilities or hobby. So one was me, of course. That was an opportunity that I could have taken for. So I took that opportunity, flew around, and took very good photographs of enemy ship mid sea with us. So I was just trying to mention here this example because this here does try to make a leader understand that although we are not capable or not having the right resources, but we need to understand and explore what are the other options that we can go for. Ultimately, the goal is very clear that we need to do surveillance. We need to get our enemy, on track always, to make them feel that yes, we are around. And if it is not happening, that explore other options, align the same team with respect to your thoughts, and then lead the team. So this is what I feel, that in this world it's very challenging for someone to take it, because again, we all are very comfortable in our own lives and positions. For moving them from what is so normal to what is so challenging is really difficult. So yes, that involves one of the qualities where the leader push and the people follow him with his thoughts.
Wow. I mean, this is so inspirational, because this is about moving yourself out of your comfort zone and getting into the uncomfortable situation. Reminds me of my manufacturing days, where I used to go inside the blast furnace, and we have a saying in steel that the finest steel is made from the hottest fire. And you got to really go there. It's not comfortable, because inside it is 1,000+ degrees centigrades. Outside, the ambient temperature is definitely more than 60. And though you have all the covered suits, but then still it's too hot. And nobody wants to go there to take the temperature. But you got to do that, because leadership is also leading by example. And it was
Correct.
very clearly evident in your story. Sainki, thanks for sharing that with us. So what are some of your tips for the leaders out there in the field who are leading the agile world?
Well, I must say that now we are surrounded, or we are living in the agile world. Now it is no more the standard projects what we are trying to do it. Even when I'm talking about the world, I feel that even the defense, I have seen many projects getting into the same framework. And for that, I could probably give you a couple of examples, like the newest ships which we got commissioned. They did employ the same framework. And whilst the teams who were there leading all this, and probably we can extract some of the tips which could go with it. So I would say that first is you should know about your team. So take the time, for understanding a team, it requires a lot of understanding of the person. So take the time and know your team at a personal level, so that you can understand who the person. Try to understand about their strengths and weakness, their interests, what are their goals. This would better understand and let you make, build a trust and that rapport with that team. So this is much more, they're imbibed into the basics of any person who is there in forces. So as a leader, we are being told to do it, and we keep on having that understanding, because at the end, when we go for any deployments or missions, or even in the war, we know who is the right man who would be able to lead or be with us. So that is required. Even I feel that it is there in the same agile world. So and I feel that they should never hesitate to delegate the tasks, because it is not very conducive for you also to take everything on yourself. So if you delegate one of few of your responsibilities, or tasks, or it eventually brings out the right kind of the leadership traits which is there about with your subordinates or the people in your team, and you feel much more empowered and engaged in this giving out the ultimately the delegation of tasks. So this is one of the takeaways I could. And have regular feedbacks, so that you gauge how is your performance with respect to team going on, and how is it your thoughts, whether it is being implemented in right way, probably retrospect in the right framework, and come back so that you can improvise on it, the skills and the knowledge. It can be a knowledge sharing sessions with the same team. And at the end, I would say that you should celebrate the success. So success is not easily achieved. It has various obstacles, hurdles, So you should take the same team along with you, and achieve your success, celebrate it completely. And this is required to motivate the entire team and get them engaged, how you are part of the same, family or the team. So this is required. So I feel that this is should be a major tip or a takeaway for all the people who are there, practicing agile leadership.
Wow. It is very evident that you are again coming to our, leadership talks, because I trust that one session with you or one episode with you is not at all enough for the wisdom you carry. And it is pretty clear now that very soon you're going to get another invite from us. And I'm also sure our audience have already loved hearing you, and they would love to hear you much, much more. So before leaving, what is one message you'd like the leaders to take from your side?
Well, I feel that that one message to the entire, the team who are the leaders who are, leading the teams. I feel that this is a world filled with challenge. You have the entire challenge around. When you see something which is not moving or having a pain, or it is surrounded by so much uncertainties, people feel it to be completely filled with challenge, right? So for them, I feel that it's also an opportunity. So leaders, be ready. You have to imbibe this challenge and take it as an opportunity. And with developing the right qualities and skills that have been, probably there in the market or have been spoken across, you should be thriving, in this ever emerging world.
Fantastic. Middle of the challenge lies opportunity. Absolutely, says Einstein, and so is Sainki Dubey. So if people want to learn more about you or want to reach out to you, what is the best way to reach you?
For sure. Like, I'm available on social media as of now, and I'm on LinkedIn. You can search probably with my name, Sainki Dubey, Sainki Dubey. And also, I have got my mail ID. It is LTCDR, that is short form of Lieutenant Commander, .sdubey@gmail.com. So it is LTCDR.sdubey@gmail.com.
And all of you will get this in notes.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much once again, Lieutenant Commander Sainki Dubey, for coming on our very first episode. And we are humbled and grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nagesh. It was really, I was keen and looking forward to this session. I'm so happy that it was so engaging and so enriching with all the thoughts and like minds around, the same community. So I am much more happy and looking forward for the next session very soon. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.